Hello everybody and welcome to part 20 of my Salty Shaka series. In the last part we shifted gears and started sending a lot of our human monuments to the west to staff Athens a little bit better. And the reason for this is because we did see that France's military took a sharp uptick, which would suggest units being upgraded. Now I was looking at off camera at the potential siege against Poland, and it's not simple, but I think I have a plan, sort of. One of the problems we face is that Valletta is their ally, so I had contemplated just declaring war and, clearing out some units here for the gold, taking Krakow, which would be very easy to do from up here, then pushing into Warsaw. And I don't like that plan for a couple reasons. First of which being that Warsaw would actually be easier to take from the east than the northeast because of these hills here. But also because once we defeat Warsaw, Krakow, I believe, will become his capital, which would essentially push him north away from all the action, and then from there we can just push on. We don't come down into Wrocław and then push up, because even though this is a simple city, probably easy to take, it's kind of distant. I think it would be easier to just push into Warsaw and go from there. Ideally, we would have some scouts getting through here to get some idea of where his other cities are, how to go from Warsaw to Palanque, but that is something we're going to have to wait to see. I have to assume this is a duplicate because we do have a good amount of salt among our cities. And a writer was born in the city of Ulundi. This is somewhat unfortunate because I believe the only slot we have right now is in Washington, which is going to be in resistance for 2 more turns, but nevertheless, there we go. That'll increase our culture per turn and our tourism. Not sure how much the latter is going to matter. Hey, that rhymed. New camp along the way of our retreat, which this might be the turn we declare war against Poland, just to get an easy shot on his horse. Move this guy here. This guy could attack over the river. He becomes a human monument. Our coming back forces here can address that along the way. I think since both of these want to come up here, I think we're going to yield to the MP, because in the event that there's no war over here, we're going to want him scooping up all this, so he's going to get mired down here, and he's faster anyways. And then if there is war, we've got plenty of archer representation coming in. What we would need is more impies. So that's my thoughts there. Along the same line, we did just get a new impy. So let's... this guy was coming up here to check on the camp, which we can do from here, it looks like. Okay. One of these will head west. I think we can leave this just like this for now. It might be that we continue to move west with everybody. Let me get this open here. Okay. So, alright, if we do declare war against Poland, we would want to get our scouts out. This one we need to get out. Yeah, because we're also going to be at war here. So this scout's just going to be stuck. This one might actually be able to get through. I mean, we could take this to start the war and have another worker down here. But since our other scout is stuck and this would be within bombard range, I think I'd rather try to get past. So, yeah, I guess it is time. Alright, so we'll come down here. We will... Oh, you know what we should do? We should shop around. I highly doubt anybody's going to pay us to war against Poland. Everybody hates us. And with good reason. So I do not have high hopes for this shopping trip. But nevertheless, we do need to try it. And the only downside to taking such a deal is that if there comes a point where we're totally wrapped up with Poland, we won't be able to just negotiate peace on our own terms. We'll have to be locked into war for a short period of time. I do want to thank you guys for your feedback as far as the momentum of the series. It is something I've been proud of. I basically just started with the philosophy that the window of usefulness of impies is limited. It's a lot better than pikemen, but nevertheless it's limited. So we can have the Great General step out like this. Yes, indeed. Okay, we do not actually kill it, which is unfortunate, but that is okay. Okay, and with everything coming back, nothing needs to be sold off, so that's kind of good, kind of bad. Let's see here. We'll have this guy zoom up from behind. We're just going to take it. Oh, it used to belong to mines. That's interesting. Okay. I suppose dipping down into here, because there won't actually be a traffic jam. This just seems better. If there was a war against France, our melee would be here, and we'd want the archers in behind. So that's kind of what we're shooting for there. Keeping in mind that one of those will ultimately go to America, so long as it's safe to do so. We do have a large number of crossbows in that area. Now, at the very end of the last part, we had discovered a camp here. I don't think we should jump on it now, but we can get in here and block, and also see through it, so that if the camp throws off another unit, we will be aware. Oh, look at that. There's only one turn to go. So that has been repaired and in use now. So maybe I should have hopped on that sooner. Oh well. Okay, so we are officially at war with Poland now. This unit wants to heal. Probably. We do not want to be in bombard range. So let's do this. He comes forward like so. Okay, and we can see some units there. So I do think we should probably definitely get the Great General to the front. This looks like a good place to pillage. So what I'll do with this guy is I'll bring him to the front too. There we go. We can just pillage this next turn. So we'll bring this archer up here. This archer there. Great General's covering everybody in the front for now. Have them come up through here. Okay, so good spread overall. We'll have him come down here, visibility, because we have this guy up here for in the north. I'm not worried about this guy. If he gets too close to Washington, we can just have this guy step out and snap shut on him. Now, as far as this Great General, I kind of want to keep him in the back. Like, I'm thinking of just having him sit tight. Depending on where the war takes us, I think we'll ultimately spread in a north-south alignment. Like, if this worker was not here, we could totally just occupy that hex. Right now, we're doing more. Okay, so road pep, interrupt. There we go. So we would want to keep our eyes over here. I don't like leaving the impies oh, good. I was just going to say, I don't like leaving the impies exposed for them to have first strike. We're better on offense. This is way better. Alright, so we didn't actually want a great profit. Uh-oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, I think France is coming. See, this is exactly kind of what I was trying to anticipate, because the more we, like, you know, bully people, the more they might hate us. So let's see here. New camp. Somewhat near home, but we can mostly ignore it, I think. Profit was born. We don't need a profit. We're not going to plant it. There was a city-state, I think, down here. Almaty, that wants our religion. If he's nearby, maybe we spread to these guys along the way or something. Jerusalem's already actively pressuring this, but slowly. So maybe down to Zanzibar. I don't know. But the bottom line is we should head west with that. Let's see, lots of stuff missing there. Losing grasp on Geneva. Now it's spread to Geneva, so there we go. The turn we would have lost them, we strengthened them. Nice. Okay, so we have another MP coming out in 2 turns, and that coming out in 2 turns. Now that we know that war is imminent, let's... Or at least it looks that way to me. You know, I think this is strong enough that the spear toss will kill it. So let's do that. Oh yeah, he's coming. Okay, so we'll just defend up here. This is ugly. I should probably not have dangled him knowing that he's right here on our doorstep. This is bad. Alright, so we'll get this guy up on a hill. Hill? Or here. Because if we come here, we can step into the city tile and shoot and freeze this guy up. That's probably the way to go with this first one. We can deviate with the next one. I still think we can do some pre-building there. Come on, let me click on that. There we go. There's that, there's that. I will have him march like so. No, I think it's still probably better to dip down in here because, yeah, backflow. Let's see here. This guy could probably end up on the iron. Come up through there. This is trash, right? Yep. Okay. Alright. So I think we'll still have this guy pillage a little bit just because he needs to heal anyways, but we're not going to go nuts with the pillaging, like pillaging every single tile. Assuming France declares war, it totally looks like that's what's coming. So that means all these units should pile in. It also means we should be taking these guys further, like so, perhaps. Yeah, you can get through here and across, and then we'll have this guy here. And then in 2 turns we'll have a guy here, 5 turns we'll have a guy there. This guy's just kind of coming along here. We can stay like right here. Yeah. Alright, he's going to repair this hill and then develop this. Okay, here we go with this. Nice. Okay, keep that culture rolling. Like it. Alright, let's go develop that cattle tile, and he's gonna get this iron online, although all the iron we have is not being sold, so... Okay. So we have MPs coming in from behind, which means it's going to take time to get completely filled. We have a couple. Can you reach? You can. Okay. So we have a couple of archers that can reach this guy. So we could probably kill this guy outright with just shots. And that gives our melee time to do some damage. Okay. So we'll move this to the forward like so. We'll move this to the forward like so. And this seems pretty clear. Actually, this is better, I think. Because the only way this is would be worse is if we wanted to go north, but we still get here, same amount of turn. This gives us more options for shooting through this little flatlands. Alright, so I do think let's shoot with this guy first. Because if we can do, like, say, 3 shots and then this guy steps forward, I think that would be better. Yeah, exactly like that. Okay. Cool. This puts him in bombard range, but that's okay. We're just trying to surround here. Now that guy's out of the way, so we can do this. So we should probably have this guy... Let's see, if we're pushing in here, we got a couple up here, one more to the south. I could see him going here or here, to be honest with you. This seems like a quicker track to get around the archers and get more towards what would be the front. So let's do that. We've got a bit of luft here, so the potential incoming from the north, I think we can largely disregard. Let's just do this because it's favorable. This is probably favorable. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely worth it. We'll step out here. Pillage. And probably step back. Scout is just trying to get down through here maybe. We're going to try to deprioritize him. That's why I wanted to move him last. Alright, this great general can start moving north, and this great general starts moving south. Something like this is okay for now, I think. Scout makes it. And we do have to keep in mind it does look like France is coming. So we don't want to be hugging onto France's borders per se. Something like this perhaps. Looks like city-state border. Nice. Okay. Let's see here. Great General. I will step out to here just in case we get attacked multiple times. That will stack up there. This guy has one movement point left. We'll just leave him chill there. I'll leave him active like so. And here we go. Past that turn. I think we were going to go after him after Poland, but last I knew, he's not all that strong. Like, what is this about? Yeah, he's not all that strong. We must have reached a saturation point then where... oh, okay, it was probably part of a joint deal. Okay, well, now we know. We knew they were coming, but... I'm assuming that the declarations of war freed up some of our previous deals, and that's what we're looking at there.
Architecture begins where engineering.
Okay. Alright. So, we have to look at a few things. I want to look at... Okay, so we know of two... One... Which one's this? Bratislava, where are you? Out... Oh, we actually discovered it because of the war, I see. Okay, Kabul, where are you? That's probably also something we discovered as a direct product of declaring war. So this scout is looking pretty hosed. We're like boxed in. We do see a caravan that's going between Roclaw and French lands. And then what else we got here? Brussels. Oh, that's like kind of right in the middle of everything else we could be doing. Alright. So what we might do with these guys is just come down here for a little target practice. Get them some upgrades or something. Alright, so in the meantime, let's dish out. The thing we got to keep in mind here... Oh wow, he didn't destroy our units. He didn't even attack them. Okay, that's what I was going to say here. The thing we got to keep in mind here is this army is weaker. It's not anywhere near as promoted. And we're playing on defense, which is actually bad because the impies shine in numbers and on offense. So we are going to do what we can, but we lack medic promotion. So we're going to have to try and make the most of archer participation as well as keeping our units in our borders for that additional heal capabilities. It looks like we've got two. Oh, okay. We can probably just steal this and come right back, right? Yep, indeed. Alright, so no need to shoot there. He was coming up to here. Alright, and as for the shot down here, we literally only have one option, so let's just take it. That way it clears off a prompt. If he seeks a new natural wonder, well, we are doing the best we can with the scouts that we have. So I will try. Lots of resources freed up. And nobody wants them. He would like salt. I thought he just had approached us about this. Maybe I was thinking of something else. Alright, happiness is holding. In fact, happiness is about to go up a good amount. Alright, tech. We're going to go for scientific theory, but we got... Oh, okay. For some reason I was thinking economics into scientific theory, but yep, indeed, we got to go this route first. Okay. Well, we came in through here to get that, and coming in through here to get the extra caravan. I don't think we could have gotten the printing press before the Mayans did, so it's just not going to be our Congress, but we can go for scientific theory and industrialization and rifling, at which point I guess astronomy Oh, wait, no, no, no. Okay, I didn't actually settle on top of the mountain. I should have, but I didn't. Lost opportunity. Okay. So let's see here. We could get him across the river this turn, but he would be damaged. So let's pillage, and now we cannot, right? Okay, step. If we pillage now, that would be the last of our movement points. Next turn, machinery. We easily get across, so we should be free to pillage this. There we go. We're just gonna start heading in this direction. Oh, you know what? Yeah, get onto the road next turn, and then one, thanks to machinery, we'll get over. So, yeah. Alright, so what I'll do is I will move this guy into the human monuments position. We'll have this guy come down, and we will see if we can start picking on Brussels. I'll have him come here, and then next turn maybe up on the hill, get some idea of how realistic a goal that is. Or I could just choose to bring this guy down now with the intention of using his land to heal. I don't know that there's one better than the other. Yeah, let's not get too greedy here. There's only so much we're going to be able to do with one impy and one crossbow. We could get the second impy out, just give up the human monument and go for it. I don't think it's worth it. The reason we gave up the human monuments is because those were in full produce unit mode. So there was going to be lots of backfilling. Alright. Okay, lots going on here. We know we want the worker to move in like so. So let's just do that. I'm seeing hills here that we could be able to shoot at Warsaw. So that should be the ultimate goal for two of our archers. We don't have enough visibility in here to know if there's more plots like that, but this appears like it would be flat, so there's 3 spots that archers could go to. So we should mostly be planning on that, I think. Let's see here. I say we kill... Alright, so this is straight up. No flanking bonus. And that's good because we want our best healed guy to do exactly this. Because I'm envisioning a scenario where this guy comes and pillages, but then his only step would be here or here. We can't go 1, 2, 3, and we can't come here, pillage, and attack because this would be zona controlled. So I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do this. Perhaps it's best if we... Let's see, 84, okay. And we know that the spear toss will very likely kill, which means no further damage. He gets bombarded, step like that, and then goes off. Something like that, maybe. Alright, so we'll just step in for flanking buff. We will move Great General forward to make sure that remains in effect, and I didn't see him take any damage. So the bombard, as they're calling it. Alright, we now have eyes on a second caravan. Looks like it might be running to Kabul. Unfortunately, I don't think our scout's going to be able to intercept that. I mean, we could come here and hope there's no Polish units back here, and then we have a shot. In fact, with Kabul here, Mountain here, France here, that is probably the best option. We just got to hope. Oh, cool. Alright. But Kabul's borders... go all the way up here? That's a weird formation. It almost looks like there's 2 different city-states here with green borders. Probably not, though. Okay, so if it's going into Roll Claw, we're going to have to hang out in this area. We don't know how strong their army is. And no real way to find out. We'll move this guy forward for the flanking buff. We'll just go in like this. Minimal damage. And now he should be able to occupy this hill. Okay. That seems to be a good push in the south. Let us prioritize our archers. We're trying to get 3 into here, and then probably 1 up here. So 1 up here could just easily be that. as long as we have some MP support, which coming here, and then this guy coming up, probably we can accomplish exactly that. In fact, we could have this guy up here or something. Right here looks good. We are in bombard range, but we can also pillage, so I'm not worried. He still has all of his movement, right? So we can move him forward like so. And this great general is done for this turn. So we will move this great general up. He'll be the south, he'll be the north. And that leaves maybe... If we move him here, we can move him here next turn. If we move him here, we can move him here next turn. This guy gets through. So that seems to be optimal, right? And then this formation also has the benefit of if any units show up here, we can possibly reach them in the meantime. So yeah, he'll end up here. He'll move here, step, shoot next turn, or the turn after that, and go from there. I think we're good. I think we're good. Now, we do want to try to squeeze the scout through here. Both scouts through here, it looks like, unfortunately. So let's just move him one and chill. This guy's fine. I don't want to use his remaining point to pillage because we're going to get bombarded. So we'll have a bigger deficit and we'll go from there. I also don't want to use his last moving point to cross the river because we would be stranded and almost certainly punished for that. I will pop this guy. Oh, wait, no, he's done for this turn. Okay, war front number 2. Let's try to back up to here and here. Let's back up the Great General. We have this MP coming up through here. This guy can step and shoot, and he'll be in the city tile, so he'll be safe. So the question is, where do we... I think we can afford to put him forward like so. He's a little bit exposed, but we'll have this guy come up here. This guy come up here. Alright. So it looks like we're actually about a turn too late for this. So there'll probably be a mild punish, but I don't think it's going to get too bad. Let's see. Oh, we got another one coming up too. This is the one that we would ideally want to go towards America. There's only so many spots we can influence things from here. But nevertheless, we can start moving this, and at one point we'll just peel one off to take to America. Because having a archer in America is not particularly important. And I think we're doing fine as far as that goes. So I'm just going to leave him here. Archer comes out next turn. Warrior we could solo with this guy or come pretty damn close. So I'm just going to hop up here, see what develops. And that appears to be just about everything we'll do. Oh, he's already done with the pre-building of the roads here. Now what I could do with this guy is actually stick around in case he starts pillaging things. Or I can just hop to the road. The road is not very important, so let's just keep him in the area. And yeah, I think this war is going to be a little more interesting to keep our eyes on. Alright, so he occupies our land but doesn't actually do any attacking. Wow, this is tense. This is intense. Alright, so just the one bombard this time. Side down once some bands of Congo bullied. I mean, we are kind of strong near them, but I think bands of Congo's way over here. Yeah, so no, we're not. We're not going to be able to do that. There's our guy. Let's come out here. Probably, yeah, probably one-shot that. Okay, a little bit of culture there. We got to keep an eye on that, actually, because we're getting close. Whoo-wee! That guy got cooked. That's okay. That's okay. Can you reach anybody? You cannot. So we go with the plan and we let the impies do the city fighting. And this has been our goal all along. So nothing new there. New guy here. We can go ahead and just leave him in Ulundi as human monument. Alright. Let us look at our unit cap. Supply remaining 3. Okay, so this city is gone. That means we have an accurate depiction for the time being. We know that when we capture Warsaw, it'll be +2 for the city, and half of the population, that'll be Half of 12 would be 6. That'll be the population. Half of it is 3. So unit supply will go up by 5, and we're only now tickling it. We did a good job stocking up Athens in time, but we don't have the units we'll need. Like this one would ideally be the Polish human monument, and the capital can just keep building impies like nuts. So in the capital, yeah, we will continue to do exactly that for the moment, until we actually have buildings worth buildings. I'm just getting at in Obama. It might be worthwhile to get up a market. Gold's the problem. I mean, we're going to be perpetually killing, so it's not the worst of problems. It's just the other cities have them. And right now we're building plenty of units. Unicap says 3. I mean, we can go over by quite a bit. 5, it looked like at first glance. So maybe one more unit, but then we should probably focus on getting a market up. I neglect markets because the gold intake's already poor, but that's not the point at all. I need to be more proactive about that kind of stuff. Gold's our lifeblood, and we can't just count on killing alone, although that's going to do plenty. So yeah, I think another unit here. As far as composite bowman goes, I think we're doing fine. So let's do Impy here. After this, we might do another one, and then this will be out in 3 turns. So we're backstocking our homeland well enough. This Impy and this guy could probably come up here and deal with that camp. In fact, they'll come out at the same time, so that'll be a decent plan, I think. Let's hop up on this hill. Even if we get killed, we at least get a nice chunk of visibility in the meantime. And this is actually a fantastic amount of visibility. I don't see the caravan, so it's here. Alright, so it'll be back through. It'll end up here, and we should be able to stop, kill it, come back, or come up here, whatever we need. Okay, I want to stick with the offensive war first. I think it's more interesting. Alright, so under all circumstances, this guy is going to pillage. We know this. Is he damaged enough to pillage? No. This guy is. So we'll step, pillage, step. Yeah, we'll get double hit again, but that's okay. This guy comes up through here. This guy, just kill him, get him out of our face. We don't want the clutter. We'll have the worker doing the well, no, let's save the worker's decision. I think having this guy come up here is good. He does the spread down here just fine, which means this guy will more than cover everything else. So this archer should definitely contribute to killing units this turn. All the other archers should continue with the plan. So he comes up here. It doesn't matter which of these comes over here, and then he'll step off of this. I think ultimately I'll be pushing into this guy, and it looks like we can just one-shot him like so, and therefore we should. Yes, that's good. Okay. And for this reason, I think it would be a good idea to have this archer, as far as him hitting units, hit the guy over the river. Like so. One shot there. Now, if we needed to push in, we could, but or alternatively, we could just soften him up. Because I'm envisioning this guy using his last 2 points to come back here. His 2 points come in here, and then we can push in here or push in here. I think if we take this second shot here, we can push in there, which would be better. In fact, we could push in here if we wanted to, but I think we would be sentencing that guy to die. Because he would be... He'd take about 19 right now. And he would take bombard. Pikemen can't reach him because we're zone of controlling. Something could come down the road, but we'll actually have this guy in the way. So I actually think he'll be fine. I think I'm going to go for it. Alternatively, we could have him have this guy swap places with him and have him be the one to push over. But there's no different. Well, 5. I think it should be fine, actually. Because this guy can step down here, pillage, and come back here, maybe? That seems like a good idea. Alright. So we'll do that. Alright, so the worker has his work cut out for him. The problem with pushing this guy over the river is that he's going to be stranded. We can pillage, but we're literally going to be relying entirely on our impies pushing through here to save him. I should have backed him out. I should have had this guy come and pillage and pushed in. Or, not pillage, but just pushed in. Okay. It's done. Oh yeah, we got one more shot here. Let's do that first. There we go. And now this should push in just fine. Alright, so he's vulnerable, but he should at least survive one turn. The question is what happens after that. Ultimately, we want him stepping here to shoot. He has one movement point left. Worker. I think Worker's going to do this tile first, just so the Great General can step up like so. Give us a better spread overall. This guy comes here. That seems pretty clear. And Scout can actually start squeaking by, more or less. Alright, Great General's fine. So it's just a matter of... we're going to be kind of cluttered. The Southern Archers are pretty much in position. So as long as we keep a couple impies down here to protect them from whatever Roll Claw might throw at them, I think we'll be fine. So mostly we got to focus on keeping this guy alive. He'll pillage, cross over, get bombarded again. He could take off. I'm pretty sure he's going to be okay. So I think maybe this guy coming up here to kind of fend off Krakow, because we are going to have an archer wanting to come through here. I think that's the way to do it. Alright, I am somewhat satisfied with all of that. Okay, so we see he's taking kind of more of a northern cant, which is actually a problem. The question is where to put this bombard. I'm thinking it's probably going to be here, but let us spend our shot here. We could actually step and shoot if we wanted to, like step in, but I don't think that's a good idea. So let's just take a shot into here. And I think I will bombard there, because if we can have this guy step up and this guy push in, now we could use a flanking bone. Oh, look at that! The spear throw killed us. We took no damage. That is superb. Okay, and it looks like even with the spear toss, we might be able to take this guy out too. Okay. So I think definitely we want this guy coming here. If we step and shoot this guy like so, and then probably like so. I would say cross over here, but it looks like he's trying to take the action to the north. So we'll have this guy come up here to try and help. Yeah, that seems good. Prophet's kind of on his own. We were going to head down. Almaty's asking for it, so let's just aim for that first. He's fully healed. He gets across the river here. Missionary, probably the camp had taken it or something. I don't know. He can get across the river next turn. So we can probably keep eyes on the camp from here, and if not, just zoom on the road. With the caravan coming through here, I guess it is better that he's heading to the north. Alright, so we know for sure this shot's got to go into the long swordsman. Do we want this guy to cross the river? It looks like with the spear toss we can one-shot this guy. Alright. I thought it was worth a shot because that gets us additional flanking on this guy. I definitely want to double up on this guy. It's just a question of who goes first. We're not going to push into the tile, so I think we'll use... Oh, no, I didn't actually want to do that. I mean, it's good. The more units we kill, the better. We'll probably have to go into full retreat next turn, give our archers a chance to get better situated. This is a little too forward. I was just assuming between the two of these, I know they were under a great general, and I knew we had all the flanking, but I just assumed being a long swordsman with the two of them, we would not push into the tile. We'd just get them severely damaged. So from here, he can take 2 shots, which is fine. He's triple cover, and then 2 of these hits. This guy's going to be very, very, very damaged if he survives. I hope he does. Okay, so Caravan has finished feeding Ulundi. Ulandi's actually in really good shape. I think we had 2 coming out about the same. Oh, it looks like all 3 feeding Ulundi are ending at about the same time. What was the amount of food it was sending to Ulundi? In this era, it is 4. So 2 more caravans from that. So this city is feeding itself perfectly fine. We got the first guild up. We're working kind of garbage tiles. So yeah, we can start backing off. I'm thinking with everything that's coming on the horizon, I think sending 2 caravans from Ulundi to our 2 expands, sending hammers would be the way to go because they're significantly lower pop, and we're going to be having to build public schools there. What other buildings would we build? Amphitheaters and such, yeah. So I think that's what I want to do with those. We can just double check here. So maybe leave 1 feeding Ulundi and then 2 feeding I'm Gonna Love You and Nobamba some production. In fact, what we can do is send production from I'm Gonna Love You to Nobamba to attack on more religious pressure. We already have 6, and at 18 it should convert in 5. So I think we'll have this at a majority before we grow to another population. But nevertheless, let's help that along. If we're going to send production anyways, we might as well do that. This worker, I'll move him here because we can hop over the river to continue the pre-build if need be. I do think next turn we're going to be doing a bit of a retreat, which may expose at least the incense for pillaging. We can take a look at Brussels. Alright. Okay. Ooh, he is going out of his way to not trade with us. Okay, that's fine. Is destroyed. Oh yeah, I totally forgot when we were checking the unit supply that we have the occasional. Okay, we are a good amount past the half-hour mark, but it was for a good cause. We have 2 fronts of war going on, and I'm feeling pretty good about both, to be honest with you. We were a turn late to this, but my goodness. Holy crap, can you imagine where Athens would be if I hadn't thought to shift gears? And I was late to that decision, so we totally deserved, like the moment we saw this going on, we should have been hurrying over here. For me, the big signal was the spike. That speaks of upgrades rather than manufacturing units. And at that point, we're talking log swordsmen, we're talking knights, we're talking, get more people over here. So far, so good. Relatively good position. We can afford to lose Athens. We can afford to lose a couple units over here. So even in the worst case scenario, I don't think it's going to be like game breaking or anything like that. But nevertheless, it'll keep things interesting. Anyways, leave a like if you feel that I've earned it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.